Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome to the very first official episode of Dom's Film Club. If you didn't see my previous video explaining what this film club is and how it works, definitely go check out my last video. I'll put an iCard up above. Also, it's just the previous video on my channel. And if you want to take part in any future film club episodes and want to watch the same movies that I do, definitely make sure to join my Discord server. The link will be in the description. It is free to join and you can leave whenever you want, but I guarantee you will have a good time. So the first film of the week was Vertigo. The film was released in 1958 and it follows a retired detective, Scotty, played by Jimmy Stewart, who suffers from acrophobia. We get thrown into a world of intrigue, deception, and obsession. As the narrative begins to unravel, we discover that things are far darker and more dangerous than they once seemed. The film was obviously directed by the great Alfred Hitchcock, and despite its appraisal amongst contemporary audiences, it wasn't always so praised. On release, the film made $7.3 million against its $2.5 million budget. So it was a pretty successful commercially, as Hitchcock was already a household name by this point, but it was received rather lukewarm critically. It didn't even touch the BFI Sight and Sound top 10 until the 1990s. Then it very famously overtook Citizen Kane as the #1 best movie of all time, as voted on by critics, filmmakers, and other people in the film space in 2012 after Kane's 5-decade reign of being the best film of all time. Now, because of this, Vertigo has been critically reappraised and now is considered a classic and one of the greatest films ever made. Now, that's all great, but you guys didn't come here for the history of Vertigo. You guys came to hear what my thoughts on this film are, so here we go. In short, I think Vertigo is arguably the single greatest film ever made. Its technical merit on every single level is damn near unmatched, and beyond that, it's an incredibly captivating mystery and insanely entertaining to watch. First, I want to dive into the themes of this film, and first and foremost on that front is its exploration of obsession. Through the main character Scotty, we're thrown into this whirlwind love affair that at first seems, while unconventional, pretty harmless. We quickly find that this isn't love at all. The film is written in a way that allows the audience to experience the blurring of the line between love and obsession. As Scotty gets more and more desperate after the death of Madeline, he becomes more controlling than ever, even completely making over Judy to be an exact likeness of his lost love Madeline. We see that Scotty's obsession has blinded him and distorted his perception of reality. This is evident in the scene where he first kisses Judy after the makeover, and the camera spins around them, revealing the vision of Scotty kissing Madeline in the stable at the mission before her death. The results of this obsession inevitably lead to harm, but the writing so deftly misdirects us, revealing that Madeline was actually just Judy in disguise so that Gavin Elster could murder his wife. Fast forward, Scotty's new obsession with the maid over Judy leads him to psychological and physical manipulation and control, which leads to Judy's untimely death, mirroring that of Madeline's in poetic fashion. But by far the most interesting theme I found in this film was that of identity. An interesting rabbit hole I find myself getting deeper and deeper into was Madeline and Judy's characters being a manifestation of the LGBTQ+ experience. Now, I discovered this all for myself, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone has found this before. Just to make it clear that all of this were my own findings, anything that might seem the same as someone else's argument is purely coincidental. Judy, I thought, was the pure and authentic identity and personality. Obviously, there are trails to follow and perhaps a dual identity crisis, as Judy couldn't help but fall back into Madeline's body to appease Scotty, and in such losing herself in becoming the embodiment of Gavin's dead wife, but that's just a completely different idea. As I said, I think Judy is the real self, and Madeline is the body and person she's forced into being. Judy is so obviously comfortable in herself when Scotty first sees her again, but very shortly after, he spins out of control, sparking that obsession again. This manipulation forces her to conform with Madeline's body once again, which she is clearly uncomfortable with and not herself. This is where I find the connection in that a lot of people are uncomfortable in the bodies that they're born in, so they find solace in another different identity that they feel more themselves in. Additionally, to support this is the mirror motif. Throughout, there are many shots of Judy or Judy as Madeline looking in a mirror, seeming uncomfortable in self-reflection as she is conforming to somebody that she's truly not. This obviously covers the same bases as I was talking about before with identity. And finally, before I move on to the technical parts of the filmmaking, I want to quickly cover the side profile shots. These feed into the dual personality theme, as every single shot in her side profile is when she's Madeline. The shot shows only half of her face and thus only half of her personality, except for one time when it actually is Judy in one of these shots. This is when she realizes that she has to become Madeline for Scotty to truly love her, so she backs into the darkness of the room, revealing the silhouetted side profile, casting a shadow on her own identity as she begins the transformation into somebody else. Diving into some of the technical elements now, I could talk for hours about this, but I want to keep it at least relatively short. Cinematography on every level is incredible. Everything from camera movement, blocking, and color are absolutely superb. The color symbolism is some of the best stuff this movie has to offer. The recurring motifs of red and green are excellent, particularly in how they convey mood, character dynamics, and thematic resonance throughout the film. The other recurring visual motifs, such as the dolly zooms to convey Scotty's acrophobia, the spirals to convey obsession and psychological entrapment, and as mentioned previously, the mirrors to convey self-reflection and identity distortion. The music as well is one of my favorite scores of all time by arguably my favorite composer ever, Bernard Herrmann. It creates a haunting vibe throughout the entire picture and just accompanies everything in the film just so beautifully and perfectly. I've really talked a lot about what makes Vertigo so great, but at the end of the day, even barring any deeper themes, motifs, and various other things that make an incredible film to study, at its core, it's just an incredibly entertaining, entrancing mystery. Hitchcock and all his actors make this extremely watchable, and seeing this multiple times is extremely rewarding. At the end of the day, Vertigo is just absolutely one of my top favorite films of all time. What a first film to start my film club on. Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo is going to get a 10 out of 10 from me. And so that is going to do it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I could have went a lot more in depth with this review, and so because of that, I want you guys to actually let me know down in the comment section what you thought of the review. Do you enjoy this kind of shorter, only diving into a couple of themes, or would you like to see me really flesh it out and have a little bit longer of film reviews for these weekly films? Definitely let me know down in the comment section. I'm totally down for either one of these, but regardless of that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go watch Vertigo and see what you think for yourself, and also join my Discord to participate in future film club weeks. Link is in the description. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.